For me, nothing is more academically stimulating than studying and understanding the relationship that descendants of enslaved Africans, Gullah Geechee people, have with their immediate biophysical environment, land and water. Did you know that 20% of Gullah ancestors came from the Senegambia region, my home country, the Gambia? I am a create scholar and a PhD candidate at the University of Minnesota with interdisciplinary research interests in international development, climate change policy, natural resource economics, and disaster risk reduction in vulnerable communities. Land and home ownership losses have significantly contributed to displacing Gullah Geechee natives from their historical settlements along the east coast of the United States, including in Nassau County, Florida. Since the early 20th century, Black landowners have lost over 11.5 million acres of farmland, accounting for nearly 80% of the total land area they used to own. Gullah people are known for their industriousness, strong inclination to promoting cultural and spiritual values, land possession, environmental stewardship, and their sea island experiences. I was told land is a family member. The notion that land is a family member are words of wisdom from the chieftress of the Gullah Geechee Nation, Queen Quet. A Gullah representative in Nassau County, Rebel Glenda Simon Jenkins, elaborates by saying, "I will betray a spiritual value in selling my family land." Another Gullah resident was quoted by saying, "Land ownership defines who I am as a Gullah Geechee. If I no longer own land, my identity as a Gullah changes." Land, they all emphasize, is where we exercise our rights to self-determination, independence, and self-reliance. With those remarks, I ask myself, what could force Gullah land owners to sell or lose a family member, or by extension losing one's own identity? A little learned from the literature that through petition sales, tax sales, enforcement of the eminent domain, and gentrification, thousands of Gullah residents in Nassau County have been institutionally pressured and systematically forced to migrate due to land and home ownership losses. This is evident in the drastic reduction of Black population in the county, which has significantly declined from over 50% of the total county population to less than 7% just within 3 generations. What could largely explain such extreme demographic alteration other than mobility and displacement attributed to land and home ownership losses, as well as socioeconomic and environmental challenges, including climate change impacts on Gullah properties and their livelihood means? When you forcefully take people's land, you of course take away their homes. Not only do Gullah people in Nassau County earn 50% less income compared to the median county income, but they also receive less financial gain by selling their properties compared to their white counterparts. A recent study found that a home in Jacksonville metropolitan area, Nassau County included, is worth 47% less in majority Black neighborhoods compared to neighborhoods with less than 1% of Black residents, all else constant. Of course, home ownership is a depository of wealth for most households. Home values have been appreciated in most parts of the United States, including in Nassau County. Considering the appreciation of property values with economic hardship facing Gullah residents in maintaining and paying their property taxes, Rep. Simon Jenkins asked, what does the data say a homeowner will gain in 30 years compared to what they would have lost had they rented or paid a mortgage? In an attempt to answer Rep. Jenkins' question, we conducted a financial cost-benefit analysis of Black wealth in home ownership using a scenario-based approach for either maintaining one's property or transferring one's wealth by selling the property or leasing it. Our results suggest that Black homeowners in Nassau County are financially better off by keeping their properties relative to undertaking any of the 4 possible alternative scenarios mentioned in our report. We find a net present value of $1 million for an average Black homeowner who decides to keep and properly maintain their property in Nassau County over the next 30 years. In aggregation, total Black wealth in home ownership is estimated at $1.2 billion by 2050 in Nassau County. Considering current trends, we further projected an estimated wealth loss of $632 million from home ownership, given that 60% of current owner-occupied homes are sold. We recommend both macro and micro level policy interventions to eradicate the root causes of land dispossession, racial injustice, and wealth inequality in America. In conclusion, our findings suggest that policy and lawmakers should formulate serious legislative measures and initiate pro-Gullah development programs, not only to preserve the culture and maintain such an important historical community, but economically empower members through income generation programs to avert the frustration of selling or losing a family member, or by extension, losing one's own identity. I thank you very much. I am Famara K. Danfa.